Hey everyone, welcome. It's Serena Curran here. It's a Saturday afternoon and it's my birthday. But I felt inspired to jump on here and talk with you because everything that we talk about here at Wisely Wealthy is about aligning with your soul and learning how to tap into and bring your soul gifts into the world to manifest. So it's all about manifesting and all about manifesting from alignment with your soul. And so today I'm going to bring you video 3 of our 3-part series. So let's begin. In video 1, I talked a bit about, where your feelings are now and how the impact that this disruption in our lives has created for you, and gave you some tools for how to go about processing those emotions and being in a place of self-acceptance about what's actually happening for you. And so, and in the second video, I talked about receptivity. And of course, you really can't be receptive unless you're actually present and you're actually in a state of relaxation and more peace. And so those two videos work together, bringing us to this third video, which is Rise Up and Find Your Way Forward. And, I had just kind of a personal experience of this today. I, was just feeling like things weren't going the way I wanted them to go. And I was feeling concerned. And I was just, not in a good space. And I went, this is like hanging out in what's wrong or what's not right. And that keeps me from being in the what's possible realm. And that's really part of what my message is today, is that, no matter, if you're feeling like things aren't turning out the way you want them to, or things aren't happening the way you want them to, as I said, we talked about loss and grief in the first video, and then being about receptive in the second video. But in this video, it's about like shifting gears, like consciously saying, oh man, I'm hanging out in the problem here. And I have the possibility of shifting into, okay, well, this is how it is. This is the way things are. I can surrender to this. I can struggle with this. I can accept this as it is and simply say from this space, where do I want to go from here? And you see, when you do that and you take a pause, you give space and allow some response to come from within. Where do I want to go from here? You see, that opens the doors to possibility. And then that brings you to, okay, so this is what I'd like, where I want to go. This is what I'd like to create now. And it brings you to a place of maybe some excitement. So you rise up and you're like, wow, this sounds really interesting. This is something I could get really committed to and really involved in. And so, take as long a time as you need with that question. What is it I really want now? Until you find that spot where it goes, yes, 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 that's me. That's what I want. That's exactly where I want to go. You see, the excitement comes right away, and this has already lifted you up. And then it becomes a question of, so now I know what I want to do. So what would be the actions I would take? And it's a role, it's another opportunity to get into the receptive mode and to even ask a question specifically, like, this is where I'd want to go. What would be my 3 next best steps for creating this or for doing this? And so it's kind of like it's a shift in perspective that winds up giving you a shift in your actions. And that's always true. So you always have that possibility to reframe something so that it opens up the doors to possibilities for you. And that opens up that door to possibility and creativity and what's excitement and just what is it I really want to do here. But, it isn't enough to just do that either. So once you've had that inspiration, that feeling of, wow, yeah, I'd really like to follow this trail, And yeah, this is the way I would go about doing it. It actually now takes taking action and actually doing something and starting down that trail. And again, it's sort of like a little dance. We can dance down the trail. So you start down the trail and you see how that feels. You see what kind of response you get. You see whether the doors open or they don't open. You know, again, there's a little bit of an art to knowing when to move forward and when not to move forward, but you can explore until you get that sense of when is the right time for me to go forward and when is it time for me not to go forward, or when is it time for me to shift a little bit or tweak a little bit. See what fun this can be. It's like going on an adventure. And so on your adventure, you'll find possibilities and you'll start to take some actions. And you know, in thinking about this and in working with my clients, the thing I kept hearing from my clients was, yes, I have these gifts, I have these I have these things I'd like to bring into the world, but I'm afraid, or I don't know how, or I'm concerned about what other people are going to think, and what if should I ask for money for these things, especially if they're spiritual gifts. People have a tendency to be concerned about that, or some people have a tendency to be concerned about that. There's a whole other story about that, but it's like I'm feeling this need to really help people to actually create an offer, and this would be for people who are, you know, already have a business and they feel like they need to recreate what they're offering. For people who have never been online and now want to put some things online, make some offers online. For people who have been hesitant, maybe you have a job and you have a side gig doing some spiritual things, and maybe you've been doing it for your friends, but you've never really made an offer. So now's the time, because you know what? Everybody needs some support. Everybody needs your gifts, your talents, what you have come here, what your soul is here to bring to this world. And so it's really important for you to like, let's really do this. And so that brings me to my new course, which is called 5 Steps to Make Your Successful Soul Aligned Offer. And I put a few details down below about it, but I'm offering it this time as a beta course. So this is your opportunity to jump in and participate in this course at a very reduced rate. So I'll leave information down below, and you know, really I'm encouraging everyone, whatever it is that you have to offer, let's get it out into the world so that people can benefit from it, because that's what we really need right now. And so anyway, if you're interested in the offer, please just send me an email and I'll get the details to you. It's a limited enrollment, and we're going to get it rocking and rolling in the next few weeks. So get yourself in there to that beta. I'd love to see what you have to offer and what you're creating for the world. And I leave you with one thought that I want you to remember and think about, and that is, I am a miracle. That's your remembrance for the week. You are a walking miracle. Just think about your body, all the reactions, all the structures, all of the things that your body can do, your brain, all of these organs, these systems. You are a walking miracle. So as you walk around today, just remind yourself, I am a miracle. I've got a great offer and I'm ready to make it. And have a beautiful day. Thanks for being here.